Good morning, class. Today we are back here to discuss the types of landforms. Today we will discuss valleys. So let's get started. Formation of a rift valley. A rift valley is a lowland region that forms where Earth's tectonic plates move apart or rift. Rift valley is a linear depression or trough created by the sinking of the intermediate crustal rocks between two more parallel faults. It is also known as Garban, a German term. Let me illustrate this entire thing with the help of a diagram. First of all, valley. What is the common meaning of a valley? If there is two mountain ranges and the gap between two mountain ranges were known as what? Valley, or we can say gap between two mountain ranges is known as what? Valley. Okay, now we are talking about something or somewhat different. We are not talking about simply about valley, but we are talking about rift valley. Let's see what is actually a rift valley. Here it is said that a rift valley is a lowland region that forms where Earth's tectonic plates move apart or rift. Students, you know that our Earth and the continents which are based on Earth, they are always in continuous motion. In short, we can say that we always float. This is the reason whenever we dig earth, water comes out. Whenever we dig earth to a little bit of depth, water oozes out at the surface. This confirms that we float always on our earth. The crust plates which are present over there, they are in a continuous floating motion. Now, what happens? Take for an example an egg, boiled egg. I am giving you an illustration regarding the crustal planes which is present on Earth and the egg shell of a hard-boiled egg. What happens? When you crack this egg, hard-boiled egg, you will see certain cracks are developed on the eggshell, but it is irregular, not same. Some of the cracks are smaller in size, some of the cracks are bigger in size, but then also it is not falling from the egg. There is one thin membrane. There is one thin membrane like paper-like sheet which is present inside this shell which holds it together in a boiled egg. If you have ever done this, you will know it. Okay, whenever you are cracking and boiled egg, the shell, on the shell, the outermost covering of the egg, a crack develops, but it never falls out all of a sudden. Why? Because a thin membrane like a paper-like sheet thing is present which is holding these cracks. Okay, same thing happens to our earth also. Our continents, Asia, North America, South America, Australia, Antarctica, Africa, they all are like this only. Small portion of a cracked egg. But what is holding them? Two things. First is gravitational force. Second is magnetic field. question arises in mind, from where this gravitational force and magnetic field is coming? Due to the presence of our molten core, which always oozes out, which always comes out in a form of magma or a lava during volcanic eruption. Okay, same thing is how crust is, it is getting holded on our earth, and that is how we are continuous floating, but we never fall off. Due to what? Due to our gravitational force as well as our magnetic pull. I hope this thing is clear. Now what happens? I have told you that formation of mountains, as well as formation of fault, that is a crack, is a cyclic thing, or is a cyclic process. Okay, it occurs on a regular basis. How this mountain was forming? When two plates were coming towards each other, they were tended to fold itself. That is how mountains were formed. And when the force is reversed, and it is moving away from each other, a crack is developed on Earth's surface. We call it as fault. Okay, so this type of fault only is responsible for our Rift Valley, as crusts, the earth crust is having the tendency of going in both the direction, coming towards each other and going away from each other at the same time. Okay, so wherever there is a formation of mountains simultaneously, there will be some place where this fault is occurring. Alright, now in this thing what happens basically? Our earth, like this, is having many fault lines, many cracks are developed in our earth. Many cracks are developed. But how they are getting hold of each other? Due to two things. Just now I mentioned. First one was gravity. Second one was magnetic field. How? Due to presence of molten core. Understood? Now what happens if this crack is there and the force will come towards each other? It will try to fold itself and it will slowly form a hill-like structure. That will become your mountain. But if this thing is reversed, and the force which is applied is moving away from each other, what will happen? The middle portion you people are seeing, it will sink down. It will sink down. This will be the upper portion and this will be the portion where is your this thing, land which has slided down. Okay, let me show you. Just now we have studied this particular thing in the previous pages of the previous chapter. What happened over there? Okay, have a look. In this is the fault line or the crack. What happens when the force is applied away from each other? The topmost portion will remain same and the middle portion will slide down. Here written block subsided. I have written down the meaning with red pen. Slided. Okay, slided. Now this particular portion will become your block mountain, and this particular portion which has slided down, that only becomes your what? Rift Valley. This portion you are seeing, as well as this portion, this portion only becomes your what? Rift Valley. I hope your Rift Valley thing is clear to you now. Okay, students, as you can see, I'm having this candle, okay, and I have broken it into 3 pieces. Clear? Now what I will do, I will try to join these 3 pieces together in the same way these pieces are joined. Take for an example, it is like an earth crust, okay, and it is getting held up by only one thing, that is your what? Gravity or magnetic field. Okay, now see what happens when I am trying to raise it little bit upward, and if I am trying to move away my both hands, right as well as left, little bit against each other, you will see that middle portion is going downward and it ultimately sinks. I am showing it to you once again. If this is the land portion and if I am trying to hold it, okay, little bit upward, and if I am applying force against each other, means going away from each other, what will happen? This particular portion sinks down. Okay, so my right hand as well as my left hand becomes the block mountain, and the middle portion which is left out, that becomes your what? Rift Valley. Clear? And the location, if you are seeing it, okay, I am talking about this particular area. If you are able to pinpoint my pen, okay, this particular area, or if I am talking about this piece, then this particular area, it is very sharp, it is very steep, okay, it is flat at the top, it is flat at the top, and it is flat at the top, but the crack portion, if you are seeing, it is very steep, okay, that actually becomes your Rift Valley. So this was a very small demonstration regarding the Rift Valley. Now let's go back to the book and see what else is given. Characteristics of a Rift Valley. Rift Valley have 2 main characteristics. First, a portion of land that sinks form a valley. It is bordered by a fault zone and separated by land masses. What was that? The portion that sinks form a valley. The portion of land that sinks form a valley means, I am taking my candles again, and if I am trying to hold it once again properly, if it is, let's see whether it is happening or not this time. Yes, if I am trying to hold this candle like this way, so we are going to read it and we are going to demonstrate it simultaneously. A portion of land that sinks, a portion of land that sinks, the middle portion has sunk down now, that becomes what? A valley. Okay, and it is bordered by fault zone. What is fault zone? The cracks which I was talking about. If I am joining it again, it is not completely sticking to each other. Even though if it is sticking, it is holding, but still cracks remain. It is not disappearing anywhere. Okay, it is remaining, as you can see over here, it is remaining. Clear? So it is bordered by what? Fault zone and separated by land masses, because this particular piece of candle becomes another land mass, this particular piece of land becomes separate land mass, and this particular portion, the middle portion, also becomes a separate land mass. This is all about your characteristics of Rift Valley. Now we are going to see examples where these Rift Valleys are present. The Rhine Rift Valley. The Rhine River flows through a rift valley between the Vosges and Black Forest in its upper course. Next example, the Narmada River in India flows through a rift valley between Vindhya range in the north and Satpura range in the south. Okay, that is the example. These were the examples. Alright. Plateaus. Now we will start with the next topic, that is plateaus. First we are going to read it, what it is, then I will explain you with the help of a diagram. Formation. In geology, a plateau is called a high plain or a tableland. Underlining the word tableland. Now while I am reading it out, you people think what could be a tableland. Okay, is an area of highland usually consisting of relatively flat terrain. What is terrain? Flat plain area is known as terrain. Clear? That is raised significantly above the surrounding area, often with one or more sides with a steep slope. Example, the Deccan Plateau in India, the Tibet Plateau, the East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. Now we are going to see what is plateaus. Students, if you see here what it was written, first of all, in geology a plateau is called highland or a tableland. Just now I have asked you to think what could be a tableland. From the word table, what do you understand? On which you keep your books and study, that becomes your table. Okay, and what is the shape of table if you are seeing it from a side view? Probably it will look like this. Yes, with the four legs, of course. But if there are plain areas surrounded, okay, and this particular portion is raised above the landmass, minimum 300 meters height, that becomes your what? Plateau. Clear? That becomes your what? Plateau. Tableland, why? Because it looks like a table. Understood? So what was the general meaning? An area of highland usually consisting of flat terrain. If you are seeing this particular portion, the top, it is completely what? Flat. It is completely what? It is flat. That is raised above, significantly above the surrounding area. This is the surrounding area. Okay, and if you are seeing it, it is at certain height. Clear? That becomes your what? Plateau. Often with one or more sides with steep slopes. If you are seeing this particular portion, it is very steep, edgy, okay, very sharply steep sided. Alright, so this is all about regarding the formation of plateau. Now I have given you certain details regarding the various examples: a Deccan Plateau in India, the Tibet Plateau, the East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. Okay, now we are going to study the characteristic of plateaus. What are the characteristic features of plateau? Now we are going to study the characteristics. First, a plateau is a broad and more or less stretch of upland that rises sharply above the neighboring lowlands. Okay, means what? A plateau is raised above the land surface and the surrounding area is lower as comparison to that particular portion. So that upland will be known as what? Plateau. Clear? Second thing, the surface of plateau is not always smooth. It is rugged and rocky. Rugged means what? It could be rough, like this manner. Okay, not completely straight as drawn by the scale. No, that is not possible. Okay, and rocky. Why rocky? Because rocks are present. Rocks are the main thing which is present in a plateau. Okay, since it is not smooth, since it is having too many rocks, that is why it is unsuitable for agriculture. But it is very rich in mineral content. Okay, but this is the next point. First we will go to this particular point. The plateaus are generally more than 300 meters above the sea level. Means what should be the minimum height of any upland to call itself a plateau? It should be 300 meters. If any upland is 300 meter or more than 300 meter, it will be categorized under plateau. Clear? Next thing, Plateaus are unsuitable for agriculture, but they are generally rich in minerals due to presence of all sorts of rocks for a long period of time. Okay, due to continuous erosion and weathering, these rocks turn itself to a soil and very fertile minerals. Then there are large plateaus in Africa, Australia, Asia, North America and South America. The Tibet Plateau is called roof of the world as it is the highest plateau in the world. This is an important data given, you need to memorize it. Another examples are East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. These are rich in mineral deposits. A plateau is higher than a plain. Obviously, why? Because the minimum height of plateau should be what? 300 meters. Okay, and plain area is basically a 0 meter level. It is equivalent to the 0 meter of sea level. Okay, being rich in minerals and metals, plateaus are center of mining industry. Why mining industry? What is the purpose of mining industry? Purpose of mining industry is to dig the earth deep and take out important minerals and metals. Okay, that is the only purpose of mining industry. Now we are coming to the types of plateaus. How many types of plateaus generally are there? There are how many types of plateaus? Basically 4 types of plateaus. First one is intermontane plateau. Second one is dissected or dome plateau. Third one is piedmont or bordered plateau. And fourth one is volcanic plateau. We are going to deal with all these 4 types of plateaus one by one. First of all, let's see what is to be said of or about intermontane plateaus. They are the highest and most extensive type of plateaus. They are situated between 2 or more mountain ranges. The classic example is Tibetan Plateau. That lies between Himalayas and Kunlun Mountain. Now, what is the meaning of intermontane plateau? I am writing down over here. Intermontane plateau. The speciality of this plateau is, suppose this is a mountain. Suppose this is a mountain and it is having a considerable height. There is a part or there is a portion of a land which is having certain height, and again by 2 mountains. Here also mountains and this particular portion. Okay, it is not actually a plain area. Why? Because plain height is somewhat here. It will go like this manner. So this particular portion which is present in between the mountains, it is also having a considerable height. Take it for example, more than 300 meters. More than 300 meters. Since this plateau is present in between the mountains, it is known as what? Intermontane plateau. That is only the explanation. Okay, now we are coming to the second type of plateau, that is dissected or domed plateau. We are going to see it over here, what is dissected or domed plateau. When running waters or stream cut enough deep valleys in different parts of plateau, it becomes dissected plateau. Mises in Spain is such type of plateau. What happens basically? Let me show you over here. This is a plain area, okay, and here is our plateau, and again in plain area. And suppose here is somewhat a mountain or any source of water, not just water, running water. Running water, best example is what? River. If from here the river is coming somewhat like this manner, okay, and from here, and it is dissecting due to the force of a running water. If this plateau is getting dissected and it is getting curved over here as well as from here, okay, so what will be the final output of this particular plateau? How it will look like? Either it will look like this manner, or if this was the actual plateau, now it will look more dissected like this manner. I am shading this particular area in order to show that this particular portion is removed by the force of running water. Okay, so if this thing occurs, it is known as which type of plateau? Dissected plateau or dome plateau. That is only the explanation. Okay, there is one more thing regarding our dissected plateau, and the thing is this. First, if there was a mountain, okay, and a river used to flow in between, okay, or there was one path, it was known as simply a valley, okay, but that was the space between two mountains. But if the same thing happens to one single plateau, okay, it is not on the air, no, it is not floating on the air, it is somehow or somewhere it is connected to the plain area as well. Okay, so what will happen if it is getting dissected? If it is getting dissected like here, how the river is dissecting the two mountains and forming a valley, if this thing is getting dissected right in the middle or from the either side by a river, a speedy river, a fast flowing river, okay, and if it gets dissected and somehow it is getting still connected with the plain area, that becomes your dissected plateau. अगर ऐसा होता है कि नदियाँ इस चीज़ को इस जगह से काटते हुए चली जाए, लेकिन ये प्लेटो अपने आप को किसी भी तरीके से प्लेन से जोड़ा रखे, that becomes your dissected plateau. I hope this thing was clear to you people. Now we are coming to the next type of plateau, that is Piedmont plateau or border plateau. Let's see what it is given over here. They are surrounded by mountain ranges on one side and bounded by a plain or an ocean on the opposite side. Means what? If this is a plateau, clear? I am redrawing this particular thing over here so that you can understand it more clearly. If this is a plateau, okay, and one portion, either your left hand side or your right hand side, if there is a mountain and the either side, either it will be a plain area, means your grassland, or any water body such as ocean or sea, that becomes your what? Piedmont plateau. Means a plateau which is surrounded one side by mountain and another side by an ocean or a plain, that becomes your Piedmont plateau. Okay, the explanation is very simple, the demonstration is also very simple. It will be very easy for you people to understand if you once go through these plateaus, these theories according to the given diagram. Very simple. This is a mountain coming over here, small portion, plateau and a plain area. One side surrounded by mountain, another side surrounded by a plain, or here by an ocean. What it will become? A Piedmont plateau. That is the explanation regarding your what? Piedmont plateau. Okay, now we will study the last and fourth type of plateau, that is volcanic plateaus. First of all, I forgot to give you the examples of Piedmont plateau. It is given over here, so let's read it one by one. The Patagonian plateau in Argentina, the Appalachian plateau in United States, and the Malwa plateau in India are some of the examples. There are 3 to 4 examples given, any two you need to memorize it. Clear? Now next is coming your volcanic plateaus. From the word itself we can imagine what sort of plateau it could be. A plateau formed due to volcanic eruption. That is the general idea. But let's see in detail what it is given regarding our volcanic plateau. They are formed due to volcanic eruption. Just out of they are formed due to volcanic eruption through wide, narrow cracks. Through the cracks, the lava slowly flows out and spread over the ground like a horizontal sheet. The northwestern part of Deccan Plateau is an example of lava plateau. Now we came to know that in India, our Deccan Plateau is also a type of volcanic plateau. Due to volcanic eruption or due to continuous emission of lava, and by its layer by layer, this Deccan Plateau has formed. Now we are going to study a little bit in detail regarding our volcanic plateau with the help of a small rough diagram. A volcanic mountain pouring out lava. This is a plain area. As you know, this lava are very hot, extremely hot. What comes out in lava? It is basically your molten metals. If they will strike the plane surface with a very great force, it is having three things. It is coming from a great height with a great force, as well as it is having a high temperature. All in together, what? It will develop a crack in the earth here, like this manner. Now what will happen once this crack is formed? This hot and molten magma always try to come and fill this portion, and it will try to follow this path only. Understood? What will happen? The time will come, this crack will go deeper and deeper. It will become more deep and it will be slided down, or the crack will enlarge itself, and the portion which is left behind, that will remain over here, and this will become your what? Volcanic plateau formed due to volcanoes. Now what will happen in this? There is one more speciality of a volcano. Suppose for one time from this volcanic mountain lava has erupted, okay, and it has spread itself over here. Take for an example, okay, this was by first emission of lava, okay. Now what will happen after this particular portion? When it will cool down, this thing is very common where the places of active volcano, where volcanic eruption is a very common thing, it always erupts. What will happen over there? So first this lava or the magma has come out, it has poured out on the land, and this thing is cooled down now. Now it is a second time the lava has erupted. What will happen? It will form another layer of it, like this manner. I am shading it in order to this particular thing, okay. It will form a layer. There is one thing, it will never mix with each other. Why? Because it has cooled down, okay. Now it has become solid. The hot magma or the lava which is coming out again, it will be again liquid or semi-liquid in nature. It will pour down, okay, and the upper layer of the cool down portion will be getting little bit heated up, okay. It will be getting little bit heated up, and what will happen? It will form a little bit base, so that the next lava which has come out, it will occupy its space. After few years, the second pouring of lava was also cooled down. This volcano has again erupted for the third time. Now this particular portion was already cooled down. Now there will be another layer of lava which will be pouring itself. Okay, now another layer of lava, what will happen now? Again it will not mix with each other, but the topmost layer of the second pouring of lava, it will space and occupy. Okay, it will occupy a certain space over here, and then what will happen? It will form another layer, yet it will never mix. That is the speciality of a lava or a region where there is an active volcano. Clear? So this was all about regarding our plateaus. Okay, now there are certain advantages of plateaus. Okay, so what we will do, there is one small portion left out in this chapter, students, that is the advantages of plateau as well as the plain and landforms and other people. So I will just do the advantages of plateau, and next topic, that is plain as well as the landforms and the people, which is the fourth topic, that we will continue in the next class. Okay, so this so just now we studied regarding volcanic plateaus. Okay, so what we will do next, now we will study the advantages of plateau. Okay, so let's get started and see what it is written regarding advantages of plateau. Let's see what the first point has to say. Because of low rains and rocky surface, most of the plateaus are not fertile and not fit for farming, but they are useful for sheep and cattle rearing. What is the meaning? Meaning is very simple. Due to very less rainfall, and as the surface of these plateaus are not very soft, they are rocky, means full of rocks. That is why it is not suitable for agriculture, but it is useful for sheep and cattle rearing. They can graze grasses, they can eat grasses. Okay, see here, figure 2.13, Tibetan plateau, how nicely these cattle are rearing grasses. Okay, that's the only thing. Then wherever the soil is fertile and rich, farming is practiced. Example, Deccan Plateau, it is having a very rich and fertile soil. Okay, and farming is practiced wherever the soil is fertile. There only it is possible, otherwise it is not possible. In the plateau region where minerals are found, the chief occupation is mining. Example, Plateau of Peru and Bolivia in South America, and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau is present in India, in the state of Jharkhand. Okay, here what is happening, if what it is written, if the plateau where minerals are found, their chief occupation will be mining. Okay, they will dig the earth in a hole form, and they will try to take out all the minerals. They will extract all the minerals and they will sell it into the market in order to earn money. Okay, that is the thing. Then many ancient plateaus are valuable for their minerals. Gold is found in plateau of Western Australia, iron and manganese in Brazilian highland, and copper, gold and diamond in African plateau. Clear? That is the thing. Then Chota Nagpur Plateau in our country yields iron, copper, mica and other minerals. Means in our country also, the plateau which is present, that is our Chota Nagpur Plateau, it is also very rich resource of minerals. Examples what were given? Iron, copper and mica. Okay, these things were present and these things are available in our country. So students, I am ending this session here right now. Okay, in order to meet you in the next session with other two topics. Okay, and later on in the next session I will discuss something regarding our map work. Why? Because this is a chapter where you have to practice our map. Okay, as you can see, there is one map given over here. Okay, there are many things marked. Okay, but this thing I will discuss it in a great detail in our next and the last session of this particular chapter. Okay, I will be providing you with a map, hopefully with a complete map work done. Okay, so that it will be easier for you people to do it. Understood? I hope this session was informative and knowledgeable for you people. Have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.